no delays, pure excitement! BetCageSports.com. Download the app and sign up today. Play responsibly. Must be 21 and over. Proud sponsor of Cricket West Indies, where a percentage of every dollar played with Cage goes to Windies for cricket and cricket development.
Now loans, cash at the speed of light, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of light, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of light, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of light, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, Now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip, with Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now loans, cash at the speed of light, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of light, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
For life's finest moments, celebrate them with Skoal Premium Lager. Pure malt, pure class, pure perfection. Skoal, class and perfection in a bottle.
Reliable, dependable, Delta.
If you live here in Stinkit and your tank on E, there's only one place that you should be. Maybe driving in Nevis and you need some fuel. Go straight to Delta. Don't be a fool. Get your cooking gas fast. All petroleum needs ULSD. Everyone in the region is shouting, Go Delta. Premium gasoline in a fully stocked C-store. So there's only one place you should be, Delta Petroleum, baby.
Back to school shouldn't meet you unprepared. St. Kitts Credit Union's Back to School loan helps you borrow up to $10,000 with flexible repayment plans, fast approval, supportive terms. Invest in your child's future with confidence, because every child deserves a strong start. Start today at www.skccu.com or call 465-2272. SKCU, invested in their future with you.
Hey, Webmaster here. I stay connected to Freedom with the Freedom SKN app. Simply search for the Freedom app in the Android's Play Store or the Apple's App Store and download it. Enjoy world-class radio at its best, anytime, anywhere. Become a Freedom apper today.
It's 1:29 right here in the studios of Freedom FM. Today is the 30th of September, the final day of September 2025. And it's a Tuesday. So as usual on Tuesdays, we have a hot topic sponsored by Nubian Griot. So we're going to play the song and we'll be right back.
the man for you.
It's 1:34 and we are back right here on Hot Topics Live. Nubian is here. Good afternoon, Nubian. How are you doing?
Yes, man. We good. You know, we missed last week.
And the week before.
Oh, yes, because it was for the independence celebrations.
Yeah.
And so everybody asking me, why me kick off the radio? Check in. No, man.
So they're looking out for you.
Yeah, so, and over the 2 weeks, a lot has been happening. There is a lot of conversation about the CCZ land situation.
The SSC.
The SSC, sorry.
Yeah.
And I was participating in the Agriculture Week of activities, and I took a picture with Mark Bantley yesterday, and it made
we heard him.
And it made it rounds, and to date I can't even understand why, because I was just sitting down there in this out in the lobby at the radio station, and there's a picture
at the hotel.
No, here.
Oh,
right out in the studios here, and there's a picture on the door of Dr. Douglas with
Lindsey Grant,
with Lindsey Grant and
Dr.
Douglas
Sir Kennedy
and Sir Kennedy Simmons.
Yeah.
And so, I mean,
there's a picture of you here in the studio with Prime Minister Drew.
Yes,
but he wasn't Prime Minister at the time.
And Marsha Henderson. And so my question was, why be so petty about things? If I share a difference of political opinion to you, it doesn't mean that you're my enemy. But
you ever told anybody you shared a difference in political opinion to Mark Brantley?
Exactly.
Is there an issue with you and the Premier that I don't know?
Well, obviously they know of one that we don't know. And
listen, sometimes people try to create problems.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Correct. And so that made it rounds, and there was a match, and there was
a little rally.
Yes, a little rally. And so, yeah, we here today to find out from people what is their hot topic, what is their concern, what are the burning issues that they would want to bring to the table. We had some guests that should have been here today. I don't know if they would reach in at some point in time. We will give them a chance to come, but if not, we just interact with the nation and with the world, figuring out what's going on and have those meaningful conversations that uplift each other. Every day we're going to be out here bashing each other and calling each other names and vilifying each other and making people hate each other. We're not here about that. We're here to build and construct and uplift people's life.
And there are people who seriously want you to do that. There are people who really want you to come on the radio and to bash political opponents.
Yeah, and sometimes you could partially understand where they're coming from, because they have been traumatized over the years, they have been neglected over the years, and so they would want you to fight that sort of fight for them. Listen, I want you to pressure Labour. I want you to go on the radio and I want you to abuse all Labour people. I want you to go over Nevis and abuse all Nevis people and the leadership in Nevis. But I am not that type of person.
And what is it going to profit you? At the end of the day, life is so short, right? And I feel like you have to do things that are meaningful. How is that meaningful to you as a person? To just be sitting down
abusing somebody all day. It serves me no purpose. And at the end of the day, it doesn't make your life any better.
At all.
And so I prefer to have conversations. Let's talk to each other. Let's see how we could build a better St. Kitts and Nevis for all of us, how we could build a better community, how we could build stronger families, build stronger individuals, build stronger children, so that they could come up and lead us tomorrow and provide for us. Because at some point in time, we're going to be depending on the hospital or the healthcare system to take care of us when we can't take care of ourselves. And so we want those persons to go out and come back and take care of us.
Definitely. Definitely. So you mentioned that there was a match. You participated in the match.
Oh, yes. Yes, I did.
Tell us why you found it necessary to participate in that match.
And it's inclusion. It is, and it wasn't even to say, well, yeah, this is a form of unity, or this is the unity 2.0 coming back, or whatever.
Because there are people who feel that the march symbolized a joining of the political parties who were visible in the march.
Yeah, at some point in time, it must be about the people, and it must be, the movement must be country above self, and the country is in turmoil at this point in time, and it was a platform for me to show the people that I am here with you. It didn't matter who.
So it wasn't political. It wasn't a political march.
No. It had political persons there, but it was a march in demonstration of the reality that we are living at this point in time, the lack of leadership that we are going through at this point in time, the lack of vision for the country at this point in time. And there were a lot of even labor people who said, well, I can't come march, otherwise, you know, how petty the people can be. My job is at stake, the way I operate in my family is at stake, so I can't come. So go and march for me, go and protest for me, go and stand up for me. And that is what it was. It was a demonstration to tell the sitting government at this point in time, you need to do better, and if you can't do better, then you need to shape up our ship out, you know.
Yeah. So we're gonna open the lines. You want us to
sure,
take a
sure.
short commercial? Okay, let's take a break.
Yeah.
And then we'll open the lines and we'll be right back.
ultimate dual gaming experience. Sports and iGaming in one powerful platform. Live and legal. Tap your screen, place a bet, spin the reels, cash out fast. No delays, pure excitement. BetCageSports.com. Download the app and sign up today. Play responsibly. Must be 21 and over. Proud sponsor of Cricket West Indies, where a percentage of every dollar played with Cage goes to Windies for cricket and cricket development.
Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. If you need cash in a flash with now, no need to fuss, leave it to us. When you need cash in a flash, no need to fuss, leave it to us. Hear me now. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, so fast you won't believe it. Now loans, cash at the speed of life, right now, right now. Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming.
When life throws surprises your way, now's here to help. Whether it's for an urgent bill payment, home improvements, or unexpected health expenses, or even that last-minute holiday trip. With Now, you get cash in a flash, approved in just 24 hours.
Approved in a day, yeah, yeah. Some money on the way, yeah, yeah. Approved in a day, oh, yeah, you know it's coming. Now, loans, cash at the speed of light, so fast you won't believe it. Now, loans, cash at the speed of light, right now, right now.
A loan product powered by National Bank.
For life's finest moments, celebrate them with Skoal Premium Lager. Pure malt, pure class, pure perfection. Skoal, class and perfection in a bottle.
Reliable, dependable, Delta. If you live here in St. Kitts and your tank on E, there's only one place that you should be. Maybe driving in Nevis and you need some fuel. Go straight to Delta. Don't be a fool. Get your cooking gas fast. All petroleum needs ULSD. Everyone in the region is shouting, go Delta. Premium gasoline in a fully stocked C-store. So there's only one place you should be. Delta Petroleum, baby.
Back to school shouldn't meet you unprepared. St. Kitts Credit Union's Back to School loan helps you borrow up to $10,000 with flexible repayment plans, fast approval, supportive terms. Invest in your child's future with confidence, because every child deserves a strong start. Start today at www.skccu.com or call 465-2272. SKCU, invested in their future with you.
Hey, Webmaster here. I stay connected to Freedom with the Freedom SKN app. Simply search for the Freedom app in the Android's Play Store or the Apple's App Store and download it. Enjoy world-class radio at its best, anytime, anywhere. Become a Freedom apper today.
We are back with Hot Topics Live right here on Freedom FM. We promise that we'll open the lines early for you. So we're doing that today. The numbers to call in are 662-1065, 465-6474, or 465-0546. That's 662-1065, 465-6474, or 465-0546. We do have a caller on the line. Let's take this caller. Good afternoon, caller. You're live.
Good afternoon, Jamie. Good afternoon, Nubian.
Good afternoon.
A question for Nubian, and for maybe you too, Jamie, since you tended to agree with him.
What?
Well, no, I said since you tended to agree with him with what he just said. Let me explain. If let's say you're playing a game of rugby, right? Nubian is playing rugby, and you are playing by football rules. Who you think gonna win?
Nubian playing rugby.
Yeah.
And I'm playing by football rules.
And the game is
what
rugby.
game we playing?
The game is,
well,
is
Nubian
rugby.
gonna win. Nubian will win. He's
Exactly.
playing rugby.
Exactly. So how you respond to things depend on the environment and the landscape that you're playing on. Eh?
I don't agree.
You don't agree? Well,
Because sometimes, right? And I don't like that
said,
analogy because sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
When because I would assume that you're likening the game of rugby to the political arena, right?
Uh-huh. Right.
I feel like sometimes when you know better, you do better, and you try to raise the level of discussion, right?
Uh-huh.
Because the rules, and I don't know if they were actually rules or if they were just, it's just the norm. Because it is the norm for everybody to And I don't think all politicians have done that in the past either. But because it's the norm for people to kind of get at each other, doesn't mean that I have to do that. I can come into the political arena and focus on the people who I want, whose lives I want to make better, no?
Remember the answer you gave to the question, though.
Yes, but that's what I said. I don't like the analogy.
Well, you might not like the analogy.
Because that's not necessarily the rule in the political arena. There's no rule that you have to cuss people.
No. What I'm saying is, and I'm not just talking about the cussing. I'm talking about how the rules of the game are played. Mm-hmm. For instance, I think it was Michelle Obama who said, when they go low, you go high.
I'm struggling to follow. I'm really struggling this afternoon to follow you, but go ahead.
Yeah, right. And what I'm saying is, okay, the environment is such that if everybody is not playing on a level playing field and not playing by the rules, the one who's breaking them is most likely to win. Okay? And you must remember, what is the object of playing the game in the first place?
To win.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you don't think that you could win by going high?
I am saying, Jamie, I understand you, and I too would prefer a much more civil discourse. Mm-hmm. But that's not the environment that we're in, unfortunately.
So Nubian should start to cuss.
No, I'm not telling Nubian what to do. I'm just saying, and Jamie, you know the expression, nice guys finish last. But anyway.
Not necessarily. You believe that?
Where do you think the expression came from?
But do you believe that?
I personally don't live by it. Okay. But it happens so many times that expression was coined. Okay? All I'm saying is, right, while we all want a better discourse, a more civil discourse, we know that our politics is a frenzy. It is. And if you try to think otherwise and behave otherwise, I'm not sure where that's going to get you. What is required is a level playing field with the same rules, and then you can have a nice, decent game. But we both know, we all know, that is not what we're dealing with here. Okay? And secondly, you got to be careful when you say bash. What do you mean by bash?
I meant personal criticisms.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't mean like coming and speaking out against government policies or whoever policies.
Okay.
Or
that's
issues that are affecting the people. I mean,
okay. Well,
personal attacks.
Okay, I understand that definition, and you're correct. Okay, if you're using bash in those terms. Unfortunately, there are some people who do not use bash in those terms. Okay? If you're critical of a policy and it's a sustained, relentless criticism, they refer to that as bashing. And I don't think that's correct.
But even if it is bashing, it's bashing the policy, it's not bashing the person.
Right. What we should avoid is personal attacks. Okay? We always seem to end up in those situations here as well, especially on social media. Okay? It always ends up being personal. But I agree with you using that definition of bash, that it's personal criticism. And by the way, even that one can argue if you make you should not cast aspersions. But if somebody has a particular character flaw, which is not good for leadership, and it's an obvious one, or if somebody made we call it a mistake or error in judgment or whatever, and you refer to it as a character flaw, in my opinion, that's not a personal attack. Because if you're running for public office, right, you should expect that things like your character, things like your judgment, which are personal stuff, okay, things like your style will, in fact, be open game, would be fair game. Wouldn't you think so?
But why?
Why not? Because those things, character flaws, right, bad judgment, reflect on the type of leader and leadership you would bring to the table.
I understand it. I was just asking you to explain why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So those things should not be off the table. Things like attacking family members and those kinds of things. That should be a no-no. It happens, but that should be a no-no. Okay. That's different to say accusing somebody of nepotism. Take for instance what's happening in Nevis with that SSZ thing, where somebody close to those in authority seems to have cornered the market. Of course, something like that, you should scratch your head and wonder if it's not nepotism involved. Okay, and in the final analysis, when people see things like that, they come to their own conclusion as to whether that's being fair, playing fair, if that's cronyism or nepotism or insider trading. People make their own judgment calls on things like that. Okay? So, yes, I agree, we should be more civil in our discourse. We badly need it. But the rules must be fair. The rules must be abided by all. The playing field must be level. The government side should not use government resources to gain advantage over the opposition. Okay, that's not a level playing field. But none of us can look at what obtains now and what has happened in the recent past and say that is how our politics are done here. Okay?
Mr. McMahon,
yeah.
Did you see the photo? What was your thoughts on the photo?
Honestly, I didn't see the photo. This is the first I'm hearing it. I haven't been on Facebook.
Okay.
Well,
there was the Agriculture Week of Activities and
Caribbean Week
of Activities, and I was at the Marriott and I took a photo with Premier Mark Brantley, sorry, and it has been making some rounds saying that I basically committed political suicide. I still don't, I can't say it. I can't, because even when I was campaigning last election, I met the Honorable Marsha Henderson on the street. We sat on the street corner, we drink, we laugh, we talk to each other, and hey, okay, cool, you're going up the street, well, I'm going over on the next street.
But that's kind of extremes that I was talking about, that we know that is not a feature of our politics, where we take the politics seriously, almost like it's a war. Okay, so you're not. I don't agree with a lot of stuff.
But Mr. McMahon, I've often heard as well, and I don't know because I don't be in these places, but I've heard that, and I'm certain that you may have heard it as well, where people say, oh, but when the ordinary man and woman on the street killing up themselves over politics, the politicians are all friends. Haven't you heard that?
Absolutely.
So I'm like,
and it's probably true.
Exactly.
If they're not, they might not necessarily be friends.
But they're cordial.
They do the same stuff.
And they run in the same circles in many cases.
Okay.
So
right.
why is a picture now an issue?
But I can explain that though. In that it shouldn't be a problem, really and truly. That should be no big deal. I mean, I was on a panel recently with Mark Brantley in Nevis as well. I mean, we shook hands at the beginning, it ended in just as cordially. Even though we entered it, but I tell you what, in our situation and our politics, we know the kind of machinations that we've had to deal with in recent times. The flip-flopping, the marriages of convenience, the backroom deals, those kinds of things. And so some people are understandably cynical or disillusioned with the whole thing. And so they look, because don't be naive to think that when a politician takes a photo up, that he's not thinking, this would look good to my prospective voters. You think all these photo ups that these politicians take are innocent and just in passing? So what I'm saying is, people will read, and sometimes they do read more into a photo op than what there is. Okay? But you should understand this is all a feature of our nasty politics, because it is nasty, unfortunately. Okay? It's less about issues, more about personalities. It resorts to personal attacks and a lot of innuendo on all sides. That's the thing. It's on all sides. There are no devils and angels here. All of them are the same. Okay? And that is what the public and the electorate has to deal with. It makes their choices and decisions harder, because if you have to choose between all devils, I don't know how you choose the lesser of two evils, but that's just a fact of life. Right. So I just thought I'd bring that in, because, from what I would normally speak about, I try to keep it on issues. I don't resort to personal attacks and those kinds of things, right? But the fact is, it makes for good politics to some people. Some people love the rah-rah and the rah-rah and the whatever else. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's a comedy show.
But at
entertainment for some.
At some point in time, we must change that perspective. At some point in time, I must be able to identify the issues, talk about the issues, fight against the issues, and you don't feel as though I am spewing hatred against you. I am fighting for the community, the country, my family, my friends, people, regular people that I canvass on the street, and you don't feel as though I have to disrespect you to get my point across.
But I agree, but what I'm saying is, right, take the SSZ thing, that hot debate going on in Nevis, and to a lesser extent down here, right? I've heard the opposition throwing stuff at Mark Brantley, right? And family as well, okay? But I've also heard Mark Brantley throwing back mud at the opposition, calling them all kind of names and making all kind of personal attacks that they could only get into government, or they only want to get into government for what they didn't get before, and all that kind of nonsense. That's a personal attack, okay? Right. That is an attack on the character of the people who don't like the SSZ policy, right? And so, and that is what I said, right? To me, the onus is on whoever is in leadership at any point in time to take the first step and clean up our politics. Mm-hmm. Because they have the power.
It really, really need cleaning up. We hurt and traumatize our brethren and sisters and fellow men over politics, and at the end of the day, we still gotta live here, we still gotta communicate, we still gotta coexist in the same space, and people don't talk to people over politics.
But you see too though, while we say over politics as if it's a simple matter, why should we be in this toss-up over politics? Politics have consequences.
It does.
It's people's bread and butter that you're talking about. So of course people are going to get passionate on things, on those kinds of things. You know, it's an unfortunate fact of life. Here, especially, we know that a lot of appointments and jobs and contracts and so on are not done by procurement rules across the board, are not done in terms of fairness and those kinds of things.
Right. It's not on a level playing field.
Right.
But listen.
And so when you have that, things get very dicey. You know?
Yeah. Well, I understand exactly what you're saying. Hold on, Mahan. I understand exactly what you're saying, and I want you to call back because our guest has arrived.
Yeah, sure.
And I would want us to be able to engage our guests for a bit, and then we could open back up the phone lines. That whole political style and what we should expect and what we should demand from politics and the politicians and ourselves and our community, I would want us to have a separate conversation on that, because that for me is one of the fundamental topics that we should discuss even in this dicey atmosphere and even going into our next general election. So I would want you to call back in a while. We have our guest here. Our guest needs no introduction, a man of many hats and many
Yeah, but
pants.
introduce him still.
Yes, good afternoon. Sean Kelly. I'm field officer for the St. Kitts Nevis Trades and Labor Union, also executive member. It's always a pleasure coming on the radio with you guys, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's always a pleasure to have you here
Most
as well.
definitely.
We often speak about the need for people to become a part of the union. We speak about workers' rights and individual rights and people joining together to safeguard those rights. And I think who better to speak about those things with than someone from the St. Kitts Nevis Trades and Labor Union.
Right. We are born and we go to daycare a couple months after, and then in the daycare you start your learning, and then you go to preschool, and then you go to kindergarten, and then go to primary school, high school, college, university, and we spend most of our lives in the educational system preparing you to go out into the world and get a job. And the Trades and Labor Union, as I understand it, exists to protect those jobs, protect the right for you to operate in those jobs in a safe environment. I invited you here. I invited you guys here to have that conversation because I feel as though in St. Kitts we associate the Trade and Labor Union with the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party and not being able to tell the difference. We feel as though Massey's House belongs to the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party and not to the Trades and Labor Union. I'm going across Massey's House. Massey's House, oh, that's Labor thing. And we cannot tell the difference. And it's dangerous for me because as a PAM person, as a PLP person, as a CCM person, as a NRP person, the trades and labor union supposed to be a safe space that transcends any political party. The trades and labor union, I feel as though, should be on the same level as social security, because we need the trades and labor union. We need that bigger brother who, it doesn't matter if there's a labor party in power, the trades and labor union should be able to stand up and say, hey, hold on there. Not here. Not in St. Kitts and Nevis. That can't fly. And I get that feeling from people that is not the case, and that is why we wanted to have that conversation here today. As me and you discussed, I was at a meeting and there was a particular issue on the table, and the idea came up, well, let's go to the union and discuss it, and it was shut down because people saying, you're going to the devil for justice. How are you going to go? We getting pressured from a Labour government and going to a next arm of the Labour government to try to see if we could get some sort of justice. And it was shut down because most people at that meeting, educated persons at that meeting, decide no. And there was a bunch of other issues that people identify and say, well, how come the Trade and Labour Union ain't jump on that there for us to protect the rights of poor people, to protect the rights of the workers, to protect the rights to exist in your country and feel safe? And so this conversation today, I believe, should shed some light on the use and the importance and what we should feel about the trade and labor union here in St. Kitts. So, Mr. Kelly,
yes,
take it away. Today you is the specialist.
As a specialist.
Yes.
I'm always a specialist. Where do we start? You're correct in saying that people look at the trades and labor union as political, as partners with the Labour Party.
Is it so?
When it comes to that, right? The Labour Party came out of the union, right?
But you know, the politicians always say it the other way around. They always say that the union came out of the party.
I could understand why that would be so, because what has happened, right? What has happened is that the same politicians that we speak about is the one that is driving a wedge between the workers and the union. You understand?
I hear you.
But you don't understand that. The same politicians.
I understand. I understand.
Because let's look at it, right? It just I think it's what 2 years ago, we had our conference. It's coming up again next month. And
am I invited?
Of course.
Okay, cool.
You're welcome.
Not only that, he's a member, a paying member of the.
So why wouldn't you be invited? You felt that they scratch you off?
Yeah, and what happened? We extended invitation to all the political parties. We sent one to the Labour Party, we sent one to the PAM Party, we sent to the PLP, and so forth, right? And we got word coming back from the PAM Party that we're not going to attend because they are too closely affiliated with the Labour Party. And who tell them say that? Because it so happened that the keynote speaker at that conference was Mr. Beckles out of Barbados. And he was invited by Azad to a forum on his show down at Win FM. And Mr. Beckles did eat into that nonsense. He said, how do you get into something if you're not a part of? How could you say you love the workers if the workers now having something and you're not being a part of it? How could you change something without being a part of it? You understand? So it's something that is plaguing the country that, and I was just listening to you guys. We put politics in everything. We put politics in everything. And what we try to do is politicize the union. But, Mr. Greer, when you came to the union, we asked you whether he was farm, labor, UPP, UNPP. We just care that you're a worker. Right? We only care that you're a worker. We represent people who work for government. And if the workers in the government have a problem, we go in to this, wherever they work, to represent them. And we are not going to go looking at it from no political standpoint. We're looking at it from the laws of the land.
Do you guys do your own investigation? So let's say, does Jamie have to directly lodge a complaint for the Trades and Labor Union to act, or this is a hot topic right now in the communities? Like and I could bring this example to the forefront. There was an issue with the contractors here in St. Kitts because they felt like the government had $1.4 billion to spend on housing, and instead of approaching the regular contractors and hardwares here in St. Kitts, the government went and sought out a company from Trinidad to give them the contract for that. No, the contractors here in St. Kitts felt disrespected and disregarded, because if things tight and there's little bit of money, then why not spend it in your own economy to bolster your own economy? And the government went and found somebody overseas to sign off the contract on. No, it was news all about. They came on the radio. There was a lot of conversations being had about it. I'm sure the persons in the Trade and Labor Union heard about it even before the contract was signed. Oh, they're going to do this with this company and do that with that company. So ask that question to ask is because it was circulating in the air and it was on the radio and a lot of talk, and they tried to deny it at some point in time, and then they come back and say, yeah, we're going to do it, and they finally did it. For the Trade and Labor Union to act, somebody from that association would have had to come and lodge an official complaint for the Trade and Labor Union to act, or because it was a hot topic and it's out there, the Trade and Labor Union could have done their own investigation and acted on that.
Okay, from my knowledge, first I must say that there was a contractor association. I don't know if you're aware of that. I think the guy Lincoln the guy Maynard from.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, he was actually, I think, the president or whatever, and I could remember them coming right here on Freedom and launching their contractor thing. So I think that something like that, they would. Me personally, I had no knowledge of it. I don't think anybody. But for us to represent someone, right? One, you got to be a member of the union. We'll listen to you, but for us to act upon anything, you got to be a financial member of the union. So we don't just go out and everything we get involved in. But on the other hand, what I recognize that there's a breakdown. There's a breakdown in the tripartite system in St. Kitts. Because based on ILO standards, right? Based on ILO standards, what should really happen when any investor comes to the country, the workers supposed to have somebody there representing them.
Does that happen now?
No, it's not happening for a long time.
Okay.
For a long time, this is not happening, not just now. Because I remember sometime way back where I asked the question to who the one who was the then labor minister.
Right.
If this is why happening, they said to me, that's a good question. That's a good question, but the answer to it is no. The answer to it is no. So right now, when investors come, the union is not a part of the table. They don't sit at the table.
What?
And based on ILO standards,
There should be.
they should.
Why do you think that you all don't have a seat at the table? Because I know the importance of it. I am an engineer, I'm a contractor. I know the importance of having the trade and labor union sitting at the table, because the trade and labor union is supposed to have my best interests and the best interests of all the other workers in St. Kitts.
They provide representation.
Correct. And so your job is to be my voice there at that table and look for my best interests. So when you sit at that table, if there's 100 jobs to be given out, you're gonna be fighting to make sure. For if you could get 100, you're gonna be fighting for us to get 100. If the law dictates or the legislation dictates that, or how the contractual arrangement is being done, your job is to make sure that we get as much as possible. If we could get 100, we get 100. If it's only get 75, then you're going to be pushing to see if we get 78. Add an extra to it. And that is important for us here. And that is where the ball just dropped a lot of times. But I don't think that I've quite got the answer from you, because here is it. I could use another example of where the moms and pop shops felt as though the JAD is what you call it, the JAD was given out, and
the BBW,
that same thing, and the moms and pop shop didn't feel as though they were given enough consideration.
But you know, I saw some pushback. I remember you said that on Friday, and I saw some pushback against that comment, because according to the officials, they went to the moms and pop shops and offered for them to sign up. Well, not after, while it was going on.
Right. Well, after it was launched, that's one.
So they went and they asked for them to sign up, and some of them were just not interested.
Yeah, because then it's a whole app and these older folks and a whole lot of different things. But the point is that you wasn't given cash. You was using an app, and there were service providers, so you had to go and buy food. So let's say you wanted to get a little plumbing done or get something done, you couldn't pass that there between different service providers that could have benefited you at that point in time. And so if the program would have been used to help persons in the communities and help the economy in some way, then it should be able to trickle down in all facets of the economy. And so I was in a conversation, there was someone was saying to me, and it was a group of us, saying, well, why the trade and labor union didn't jump on that to make sure that.
But how did that affect workers?
That's the question. You're right on the money, Jamie. The
how
question,
did that affect the workers?
How do you factor in the union in that? Because remember remember, right, that our job, right, is to protect workers based on the Protection of Employment Act. You understand the laws of the land when it comes to protecting workers
Against the employer.
Against the employer.
But that was a government program.
Exactly.
I guess they was looking at it in the way, like saying, here is it, I'm a worker, I have a small business, the government have this.
Yeah, but the government is not their employer.
Exactly.
So my thing is, and this is why these programs are so important.
Yes.
Because I get the impression that people don't understand unions.
That's right.
Right? People don't understand the difference between a union and an association.
Exactly.
Right? Because a lot of times when I hear, but the union don't do nothing, it's examples of things that, maybe you're against a certain policy put forward by the government, but the government is not your employer.
Right.
So, for example, if the government decides to give, remember they used to give the 500.
Yes.
The 500, CBI dividend.
Yeah.
That's what it was called, right?
Yeah.
So remember, the government had promised that would happen twice a year or something like that, and it's no longer happening. So I had a conversation with somebody who said, but the union not even picking them up on that. But that wasn't a payment.
Right.
It was.
And I guess defining the scope of what the union can and cannot do and what they will and will not get involved in.
Exactly, because the union is there to protect you against your employer.
Exactly.
You weren't getting the $500 from your employer unless you were working for government. And even if you were working for government, that was separate. It had nothing to do with your employment status, right? So the union could not. That's for the politicians to fight.
Exactly.
Like the opposition,
That's your agenda. That's where you comes in. But when like for us, the minimum wage, we were part of that.
Yes.
Because and we also, when we were looking at the minimum wage, we took the small business into consideration.
Right.
That's why the increase didn't go to 500 right away. That's why we did it in stages, because we looked at the small businesses and we saw how it would affect them.
Right.
So we said, no, right? No, you relax a little bit. Let them get a feel of it. And then we move it to the 500.
What is the colors? Or is it one color? Is it multiple colors for the Trade and Labor Union?
Well, the color, for me, I don't even see colors in this.
What is the official color?
The color for labor really is, when I say labor, meaning
the worker.
Work
okay.
is red.
Is red. Okay. Cool.
Right?
Cool.
Is red. Right?
Okay.
But if you recognize when you see, we try to wear different colors because we
provide the separation.
Yes. Even on Labor Day, the union, we did white shirts.
I saw that the last time.
White shirts with the union logo on it. Because even that have become too political.
Because
and we know why. We know
the perception is, and that is always an argument, and I'm happy that you're here in September.
Yes.
Because the argument always comes up in May around Labor Day.
Yep.
Because I think the political parties, and notice I said parties, in which all of them feel like this is a celebration for political parties and not necessarily workers.
Thank you.
Right? So there is always the argument that or the perception that the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party has kind of hijacked the march. And when I say hijack, nobody feel like they're going to come for me because this ain't the first time y'all have heard that, right? They feel like it is a political match. So with that being the perception, there are some workers who just going to say, listen, man, going in there, I don't want to be aligned with any particular political party. I take that back. But just like there was a match on Friday that said that it was not political, but there were people who shied away, but politicians were involved in the match. So there were people who shied away from that because they don't want to be associated with any particular political party, right? So what is the union doing to ensure that you can cancel that perception?
Yes, that's a
because
very...
again, when Nubian talk about Mass's house and whatever, I grew up just across the road, and Mass's house was the labor station, the party station, right? So, not even cross the road through the alley and then through another alley.
And even the publication, the labor spokesman has always pushed a labor party agenda.
Yeah, I'm happy for that question, right? Because the executive for the union have been looking at that, the labor weekend activities. And you said something about hijacking and all that,
That's what the people say.
Yeah. What we are doing right now is looking for more participations from the companies around. If we could convince the companies to be a part of the labor weekend activities, right? We think that we'll successfully push out the political stain that it now have. Because then you will see companies coming in, like for instance, the Bowie, they will come in and you see them probably displaying Carib, Stag, whatever, Rams, displaying something different. Because what have happened is that people, the politicians again, politicians, Nubian and the politicians. Nubian and the politicians, they are the one who cause all of this, the stigma and because the union, we don't look at political, your political status or we just look as workers. We just deal with you as workers. And what has happened is that we started this because we say, the first thing, everybody just say, oh, this red. So that's why we went to white.
But somebody just texted me and said that the official colors for the Trade and Labor Union was green and white, and you all changed it to red to match the. That's why somebody just texted me. I don't know.
But even green is a
green and white.
Even green is a political color.
No.
Yeah.
And white was a political color the other day.
It was.
So, I mean, sometimes.
But like I say, we really trying to get more involvement from the business places, because we figure out if we could convince the business places to get more involved, then it will be more. People will see it more worker oriented rather than what it has become. Because I mean, you see that the Honorable Sean Richards, he will go to the match all the time, but he'll wear
to prove a point.
He'll wear
to prove the point that it is for workers.
And that is how.
But he has done it for a long time. But you realize it hasn't really caught on. The other politicians from the opposition, they're not going. He would go. He alone
Right.
right?
Right.
But it has not caught on to the point where other politicians where maybe Nubian will go next time.
Yes, most
But
definitely.
you know,
will.
it is always just one.
Yeah.
It's always just
And
one.
even with the conference, like I say, we open it to all, everybody.
People in St. Kitts.
Wait. Right? We open it to everybody. And, sad to say, the only person we saw at the last conference was the Prime Minister.
But you know, I would condemn the political parties for that, because in my mind, you can't change things from outside. And while you may think that, oh well, this is a Labour Party thing, go show that you can show up and discuss.
That's right.
Right? There has always been a perception of conflict, especially when a Labour Party is in government, right? Because it is felt that the Labour Union will not want to intervene when there is a Labour Party sitting in office.
Correct.
Let's say I have a problem with the government, whatever, I'm working for government and I have a problem with the government. It has always been the perception, and this is not known, it has always been the perception that you're not going to represent me when you're talking to your friend. Y'all going to sit down and formulate a plan that suits your friend. I was a part of the teachers union. And
really, is it functional?
Well, that was a long time ago when I was a teacher.
Okay.
And I've been also teaching for 15 years, so I don't know. But I was a part of the teachers union, and I remember that conversation even coming up about the teachers union, because you had people like principals on the executive, and the notion was there, the perception was there, and I'm not saying that it's based on fact, because perception is not always fact, it's how people feel. Yeah, exactly. But if you are a principal, you're representing the ministry, right? So you're not going to fight for us because you're fighting for the agenda of the ministry. And people kind of shied away from that. People just tend to have a general distrust when it comes to unions in St. Kitts.
You're correct. And let me just say this. The union really don't get the publicity as it really should from the workers that it have helped to get the problems dealt with and so. That's because what has happened, and Nubian will know this, because what has happened is that workers uses the union as a hospital.
Yes.
Where they come, they get a problem fixed, and then they don't continue the relationship.
Right. So you only see them.
You see them when they got a problem. When they got a problem on the job is when they will come, and they will get the situation dealt with, and then you don't see them again.
But you know what I feel? I feel as though the membership of the Trades and Labor Union will not grow. The business community would not particularly choose to get involved because of that political perception. The Trade and Labor Union is a part of the Labour Party, and if I go
No.
That is the perception.
No. But don't say it.
No, but you see, I'm going to say it because I'm trying to make a point.
Oh.
If I
you
have a
said
business,
that's how they've seen it.
If
Okay.
I have a business and you're asking me for support, I might support and send you 10 cases of drinks.
Yeah.
Don't call me name because
Next thing you're going to say that you're Labour.
Yes, if Pam in power now and Pam find out that I support the Trade and Labour Union and the perception is that you all is a part of the Labour Party or the Labour Party is a part of you all, then I might get victimized. Or let's say PLP in power and I come and buy you 4 cases of chicken Oh, Nubian, give him 4 cases of chicken. Well, he's a labor, undercover labor. And so I get victimized. And so for me, as you rightly said, you need a clear separation as to...
But then how do you maintain that? How do you manage that separation? And maybe you can weigh in on that. Because of history, the relationship has always been close.
Yes.
So to rebrand and change that in the minds of the people may be difficult.
But the thing about that, everything comes through education, right? And for you to be, that's another area we are working on. We know, we have a Facebook thing where we putting things out there. You understand? Because what happened is that one I could remember going to a conference actually a workshop in Guyana. And in that workshop, the guy who was running the workshop, he said to us, at the time is coming, right, where the baby boomers, that meaning the young people, right, all they're going to want to know is what you could do for them.
Right.
You understand? They don't care about all these lot of notes and all that. Why in it for me? What I can get out of it? So what we are doing now is equipping ourselves to deal with the younger generation. Because the workforce, the young people is now coming into.
Right.
So some of the things that we say we're gonna start targeting them from like CFBC.
Correct.
We got forums and we meet with them and we educate them about the union and what we bring to the table.
And even before CFBC, maybe you may want to start in primary schools because that's when you start to learn about civics.
Right. And a lot of children probably might not reach CFBC or might go to AVEC or might not reach to AVEC. And so probably a study would need to be done to see how much children filter off prior to that, so you could start from third farm. But I would want us to open the phone lines quickly because time is running down and persons.
And we would like to come back next time, Precious.
Yeah, I want the full team.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay, let's take this call. Good afternoon. We missed that one. Let's try this one. Good afternoon. You're live.
Good afternoon, Jamie.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, Jamie. Good afternoon to my brother, Nobian.
Yes,
and good afternoon to the Trade and Union representative, Sean.
Yeah.
So, Nobian, I would just like to, have a quick discussion with you to give people a chance to call.
Yeah.
Now, I think that the road you was going is a kind of course, where with the union, it seems like you want the union to left the twin. Because if both parties, the Labour Party and the union, for some reason, because of the union where the Labour Party found, because the union, whatever, both parties work together, and you trying to tell me, based on what I listen to, that must left me twin. Separate from me twin.
What I would want,
separate. Give me a chance now, so we shall come up and then you could answer me afterwards. You trying to tell the representative there from the union must separate themselves from the Labour Party, right? But you ain't coming with a solution how to go forward. It's just about separation so people can say you are a part of the Labour Party. But what is the solution going forward? There's none. The other part that you had 22 years in government.
How much?
Your party,
22
years.
22 years, okay, cool. Yeah.
22 years in government, 15 and 7.
Right.
Put the match together.
Yes.
And not one thing your party have done for the workers of this country. Tell me what union you guys have formed. Did you guys have a conversation with the trade and labor union and what they call it to better going forward? Tell me, because the gentleman for the union just said that he reached out to all parties to have a conversation. And Pam denied. Pam decided they sitting around the table. So it's said to you now to sit with the union and having this conversation like leave me twin, kill me twin to please you. Mr. Nobian, you mean well, but the direction you are trying to go to sway for your political agenda and
but
party.
Carla, maybe you should ask him, is that the direction you were trying to push?
But this is what I'm trying to say. I know you understand well.
No, I'm asking him.
No, what I'm saying, no, what I'm saying, Jamie, this is what he's saying. This is what he's saying. Nobian, what you need to say, right? What you have done, right? For the trade and union to better it and for the workers in this country. Because you claim, say, if we go to the trade and union, right? If we have a problem with working, we want that because we feel that is the government, it's labor in.
Right.
Right? So what I'm saying that when you guys in for the politics, what structure you have put in place to better what you're saying? I will listen off here.
Right. Now, as my good friend here say, I am a member, a paying member, right?
Yes.
Exactly. At the Trades and Labor Union, I understand the importance of a trade and labor union. But once you're going to go down the road with an infrastructure as important as the Trade and Labor Union and mix it with a political party, you must get people who can decide, me ain't going across there because that's labor thing, or me ain't going over there because that's PAM thing, or me ain't going across there because that's PLP thing. And you don't want that. The union is made to protect workers, not to protect a political party. And you just said the same thing, Steve. I understand exactly where you're coming from, because you call the Trade and Labor Union labor twin. And you could correct me, is it supposed to be labor twin?
No.
Exactly. And that's the point I'm trying to make. It is not labor twin. Go back to the phone lines there, Jamie. All of them going now. Right now.
Good afternoon, you're live.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
And how are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm here listening about the union. I was in St. Kitts and I was a delegate in one of those industry sites. And the union was working very well. But since Simmons and the PAMP get in, Simmons is the one that killed the union. Because when you work, they used to take out your money. The management used to take out your money for the union. And when he got in, he tell them, stop take out the money. I had to go around and tell my coworkers them that continue pay the union, because you know what happened. We need a union. When we have problem on the job, we can go up to Church Street and get our problem resolved. And so I was doing and pick up the money as usual and take it up to Massey's house on Friday. But after I left in the 80s. The problem is that when you join a union, the union negotiate with management for you. So if you start with a $6, for example, every year the union come and negotiate with the managers to give you a raise. So you start with $6, you're going up to $12, $13 an hour. And when these buses come from New York or wherever they come from, they know there's a union. I left St. Kitts and I came to New York. And I was working in a facility with over 500 people. And do you know, I was a delegate right in that union, in that facility. I go to union meetings, and every pay period, they take out our money for the union. Not we go pay it ourselves, They take it out. We call it a union shop. Management will hire other people from agency, but they only could work there for a certain amount, maybe 3-6 months. And after that, they have to join the union, or management got to get rid of them. The union is very important. But you know what happens to St. Kitts people? They don't want to pay the dues, and the union cannot run anything. And again, the people have to go and join the union. I listen to Dubian, when you see a factory open, the union go and tell them to join the union. I was working a place in a other facility doesn't have a union, and management used to cheat us as bad as all sort of way. Till then the union come in and tell us, we want a union inside it, and after the majority say, yes, we need a union. Management couldn't do nothing. So the union play a great part, but guess what? Simmons kill it. And then after Mr. France died, the union started to bow down until it faded out. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you for your call.
While I'm going to make this comment, while I agree that the union is important, I agree with that. I do not agree that nobody's supposed to take out my money to put it to the union just arbitrarily. If I want to join, give me the freedom of choice to join, right? And I think people have this notion that they like to make things too compulsory. They like to force people in things. Now, as you're saying, you're here educating the people, educate the people, and then they will see the importance and make that choice for themselves. But to sit down and say, oh, but the employer just has to take out your money. Who money? That's madness. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good afternoon.
Greetings, Serena. Yes.
Greetings.
Extending the greetings to your guests. Oh, you're twin too. Oh, there.
Yes, man. Bless up.
Yeah, man. Bless. Okay. We are listening to reason, give thanks to him, We are putting a little penny here for me. The politicians, them, it is good. Although the polite violence continues and the murdering without shedding blood continues. It is good that the politicians, them, in public can show that front. We welcome that. Because the polarization that Westminster-style politics got from black people, including we here in the Federation of Cities, it's terrible. It's unwanted. It is anti-nation building. And when I talk about nation, I'm not just talking like where we little 36 framework where we say we're a nation. I'm talking about the entire race of black people. It is anti-race. That's what this Westminster-style politics is doing, And we looking forward, because Bob Marley son of things say time for the struggle to end, We're looking forward to all of this. Be no more. No more. Yeah, man. It's the table of a turn. Because it's terrible.
Yes.
It's terrible. The democracy, them call it majority win. This politics is majority win. But the majority can be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. But them win and them from pinnacle. But they can be wrong. And democracy do that. All right, let me move forward to the latest subject there with the union.
Because time short.
Yeah, me see that.
Mm-hmm.
You best identify the reg. You acknowledge and identify the reg, the stain, the stigma. But do something about it. You acknowledge it, do something about it. And the best thing, according to what we see it, because you say, you first all say, you're not getting a solution, but that's the solution. The best thing is to disassociate the name of the union. Union represents important to workers, and,
yes.
The masses of people work. We're doing the mass and injustice by refusing to even take a step and change that name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's the first step. Disassociate by the name is no more Trades and Labor Union. Yes. Why you all failing to do that? Give thanks to the time. Blessed God.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, caller, for that. Another call, no?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good afternoon, you're live. We missed that one. Let's try this one. Good afternoon, you're live.
Good afternoon, Jamie.
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Moore.
And good afternoon to the guests on the panel.
Mm-hmm.
Suggestion. We know the stigma of the union is as Big Steve called it, the twin, the Labour Party. And we know it has not worked for years because people have the fear. Because they told them twin, as Big Steve is saying. Now, how about this, guys? Since we see it as a political branch of the Labour Party, how about this? We change the name to the Think It's Nation Union. Think It's Nevis Union. Take out the Labour.
But Labour means work. Labour means work.
Well, no, we don't see it, so Jamie, and you know that.
So I'm going to ask you a question, Carl. So that means we got to take out the word Labour from the Labour Department too. And what we don't call it?
Different category, dear. That's a different category.
What make it different?
He ain't affiliated.
No, I ask you what make it different.
For me, Carl, it's the education. It's the we got to educate the people.
It's about education, Carl.
Exactly.
We've been doing that. We've been doing that for over 50
No,
years.
not enough because we clearly see that you're going down the road and you also looking at it politically. You understand?
Okay. Since we're looking at it politically, how about we doing this? Right? To draw members and to draw a large part of the nation back to the union.
Let me just say this here to you, Carl.
But I want us to answer them afterwards because we're short on time.
But no, Carl, give your suggestion. How about we do what?
Why we should do?
How about we change the name, take out the Labour, we change the name, and we, as your suggestion say, you reach out to the businesses, right? And once you reach out to the businesses, I will tell you, that's going to be a hard one, because what the businesses them has done, they have set up HR in their businesses to deal with the internal things.
But HR don't represent the workers. HR represents the business.
It represents the business, and this is the area education has to come in again to tell the workers that
2 more calls.
Okay.
The HR is representing the business, not the workers.
Carl, we're gonna bring them back again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got to deal with this. We got to give them a whole program.
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon. You're live.
Jamie, quickly. Sean, don't allow nobody to allow you to change your name because they're going to carry you around the corner, come back, carry you up the mountain, come back down to the sea.
Nobody wants
if the Labour Union is what you guys want to call it. Cause every time I realize that Pam out of government, somebody for Pam always want to jump on the union name to change it.
Steve, nobody trying to change the name.
That kind of warm because people is passionate about the union.
Nobody trying to change the name. Nobody here trying to change the name.
But Steve, listen now. But we listening to you.
Steve, wait. We just listening.
We just told Mr. Brown that the name change ain't make no sense.
Yeah. We just
to finish that man. I got the last time I can. I got hang up. I got credit. Remember me credit gonna know. So we should have got speed it up and then get the chance to finish.
Okay.
So hear me out now before I go, Jamie. All I'm simply saying, right, is 22 years that nobody was in power for. That's all I'm saying. How come? Listen, me, 22 years the People Action Movement was in power. And they have never said with the union to discuss anywhere forward. They separate themselves. So why is it a representative for the People Action Movement right to come now and talk about the way how the union conduct themselves? Listen to me, Nobian. As the People Action Movement, he's a candidate.
Yeah, but Nobian ain't talking about how the union operates. It's the gentleman, the union official here talking about the union.
But you ain't here when Nobian asks the question about the name. You ain't here when Nobian asks, you here. Nobian say. You ain't hear the questions, then Nobian say, hey, like what the gentleman answer, you ain't not Nobian say. Okay, Jimmy, as the spokesperson for Nobian, you have a great day. Have a great day.
I ain't no spokesperson for nobody. Okay.
Oh, well.
And last time I checked, he did say that we have the financier because I on the mic, so I said no. I am not the spokesperson for nobody. I am saying what we hear saying all afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take this call. Good afternoon.
Yes. If the
Mahan,
work,
you got to
if
guess
some
the short
workers
version
from-
today.
Yeah. Short. Very short.
Yes.
If some workers form a union, right, and others don't, when the union negotiate better wages and better working conditions for the workers, those who did not join the union also benefit. So why shouldn't they pay for the union dues like everybody else? That's what the closed shop system is about. You benefit, so you should pay, right?
No, I wasn't against Mr. McMahon. I wasn't against paying, you know. I agree that you should pay, but I don't feel nobody's supposed to make it mandatory for me to pay.
But that's the whole point. The mentality.
No, man, believe in that.
Okay, but you realize though that
not my money. That
the
I work
employers, but you realize that the employers have absolutely no problem paying for their union in inverted commas, whether it be the Chamber of Industry and Commerce or whatever, right? And
But all
that's the
employees
problem.
are not a part of that. All employers are not a part of the chamber either. Because guess what? If you have a business, you have the choice to join the chamber or not to join the chamber. And all I am saying is give people the choice. Because I find that we live in a democracy, but we like very communist ideas.
You realize though that that's a feature of a lot of unions in places that are unionized.
Yeah, but I still have the opinion that is wrong.
Yeah. Mahan, next week I'll try to bring them back next week, and we got a discussion from early.
Okay, let's take a final call.
Yes, good.
Good afternoon, you're live. Turn down your radio, please.
I will.
Hello.
And I will keep it brief.
Listen,
Good afternoon, everybody.
I
said I will keep it.
I know.
I said I will keep it brief.
But I'm saying for the last 3 or 4 weeks, you have been our final call, and you wrapped it up nicely. So go ahead.
I love that. Well, who would think that I would be immune to flattery? Thank you so much for saying that, and good afternoon to both of you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hosts. All I would have to say is that the magic both of you create continues, well, magically. And good afternoon, Union Boss. What did they say your name was? I missed that.
And Kelly.
Okay, Mr. Kelly, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too.
I just want to say very briefly to the host that the sheer diversity of topics you bring to the table justifies the program. And today is no exception. I enjoyed it. It has its place and relevance. But everywhere you look today, you would notice that the siren cry of individualism, a virtue that was so prized in the old frontier wilderness land, go west, young man, go west, is now giving way to the new space age frontier of collectivism. No one man can build a space rocket. No one man can build a car. As a matter of fact, with few exceptions, parts are built in various locations and assembled elsewhere. Proof positive that interdependence is almost universally preferred over independence. Now think about that for a second. I'm winding down. Miracles are born when diverse peoples or bodies pool their collective talent for one singleness of purpose and operate as one. So, Mr. Kelly, what you are doing to weld workers into a unionized body for the mutual protection of their labor is right, and it's just. I could give you 10 more examples in various industries that proves the efficacy of the collective approach. So what I want to say to you, you are stigmatized. But you can transcend the stigmas. It has been done. I would just touch for 15 seconds on Nubia before giving both of them one sentence as a parting shot. I was listening to how they want to twist and turn you in politics. A lot of collectivism and team spirit, they go on inside there too, but I kind of love you, if not your politics. I want to tell you something, Nubian. As you go into politics deeper, keep your autonomy. Keep your individuality. Norman Mailer said it best, for being a man is the continuing battle of one's life, and one loses a bit of manhood for every stale compromise he makes to an authority in which he does not believe. No compromise. For you, Mr. Nubian, and to both of you, you are fighting a fight, and both of you, and for both of you rather, it's an uphill battle. Be right. And as you are, sing this song, please, and sing it loud. I would rather lose in a cause that ultimately would succeed than to succeed in a cause that would ultimately fail. All the best on your individual journeys. You, Mr. Nubian, and you, Mr. Kelly. How can I leave our seasoned Jamie out to nothing for she? Good afternoon, folks.
Good afternoon, sir, and thank you for being our final caller. Someone says, listen, the person says, I want to respond to a comment. Someone says, Jamie, talking about a church making you pay tithes, then I will agree. But I don't agree with a church making you pay tithes. And churches make people pay tithes? Anyway. Churches make people pay tithes?
I don't know.
It's not mandatory.
Well, let's give Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly, we need you back here.
You want to come on Tuesday? Well, sorry, Nubian.
Yes, we would want you, because you realize that the topic haven't been fleshed out much. You got here a bit late today.
That's because we was at a meeting.
A different meeting, correct. So I don't know if we could come back on next week.
And sometimes I wonder if people are listening to the same show that we are on, because people call in and say that certain things are said, and I'm like, when? You understand? Yeah. Because with the name of the union, I absolutely don't feel like it's necessary to change the name. Labor means worker.
Worker.
I mean, I don't understand why you would want to change the name. Yeah. Again, education.
And I could tell you, right, a lot of that came from the politicians. Because I must say, this is Sean talking now, right? When you look at people like Bradshaw and France and so, it was all about workers, all about workers, right? Right now, when you're talking about politics and these things, me personally, I don't feel like politicians of this era really care too much about workers.
No, beyond.
Right?
politicians of this era.
But he know me personally.
We have to love workers.
Yes.
Because workers is what build a country. You understand? And when we look inside the workers, we must see the union, because the union stands for workers.
Yes.
Whether you be Labour, PAM, UPP, your AMPP,
it is
we here to support you. One of the things that we think that we really strongly believe is missing from here in St. Kitts is collective bargaining.
Definitely.
Collective bargaining.
Definitely.
Where somebody is there in the workplace to look after the interests. I heard the word HR come out today, but even the word HR have lost its merit in the workplace, because HR is supposed to be human resource, where they're supposed to look at the human aspect, the human aspect.
The resource that is human.
But what we are seeing today, what we are seeing in the workplaces today, the human resource have lost the human aspect.
Definitely.
They just name resource right now.
Definitely.
Listen.
They're just seen, it's like slavery. You're just seen as resources. You're not seen as a human being.
Yeah.
Your sole purpose is to make money for the establishment.
We got to wrap up.
But but I just before, I just wanted to say this. You see, Howard Silver, Howard Silver, that's down in Sandy Point.
Sandy Point, right.
Right? The manager there, Carol Evelyn, he said to the workers, right, you are lucky to have the union looking out for you. Because if the union wasn't looking out for you, those companies in the States that really own them, they wouldn't have been giving you what is agreed upon because of the union. So you must thank the union. And I must say, from the existence, because you see, back when Thatcher and France was there, they were in touch with what the ILO want, that cohesiveness between employers, employee, government, everybody working together, right? But the no politicians, they have lost. They have lost that cohesiveness. I mean, the thing is ridiculous. No,
right.
Ridiculous. No,
but
we need to get the union more involved. Workers, I'm appealing on you. You need to come and join the union. That's your only hope in this fight. The only hope.
Okay.
Right. So I want to agree with you. I want to agree with you on the fact that the importance of a trade and labor union for the workers of any country. In America, the trade and labor union, the politicians got come and pitch the case to the trade and labor union. And that's the cohesiveness we talk about. You go to the trade and labor union and say, hey, listen, this is what I want to do for the people, and this is, and it seems in St. Kitts is the other way around.
And when the union endorses a politician, endorses a candidate,
right,
their membership tends to
go
vote along with them. So in
Yes.
other countries, it's very important to get the union on your side,
Yes.
because
yes,
with that,
yes,
you will gain the support of their membership.
And so the unions would be able to come and say, listen, we went and lobbied with this particular politician and get this here and got rights and got things for the workers. And so I relish the day when the trade and labor union have real teeth. This one in St. Kitts, St. Kitts Trade and Labor Union here have real teeth and not gum alone. Gum and tongue alone is what it seems that it has, because because of that close affiliation and the mindset of people feel as though it's, as Big Steve said, labor twin. And it should not be any party's twin. Neither Labour, PAM, PLP, NRP, CCM, it should be nobody's twin. Because if I feel as though it's Labour twin and I is a PAM, well, me want Labour twin. If I is a PLP, me want to be Labour twin. I want me trade and labour union to be totally independent and free. So that if a Labour government in power and they're doing nonsense, that trade and labour union can go and say, hey, listen, we're going to protest down Church Street today. And the trade and labour union lead the protest against a Labour party, and also lead it against a PAM party, or a PLP party, or whoever party it is. And so you want to be able to have that separation, to have that strength to operate against whoever in the name of the workers. And so it's a topic that you see generated a lot of discussion. I don't know if you could have the discussion with your team and see if you all want to come back on next week, because people have questions. We only get to answer a few. People have questions and comments, and I would want to see the membership of the St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Union rise to where everybody understands the importance of it and everybody be a part of it. Because your job is not to defend a political party. Your job is to defend the workers.
Correctly.
So.
Okay, and that's how we're going to end? Go ahead.
No, just wanted to speak about a boat where we have coming up.
Fundraiser.
Fundraiser.
Y'all need funds, so you can hire the lawyers to fight against these employees.
We need funds. We need funds
these employers,
to fix our roof down at Massey's house.
Okay.
So we have a fundraiser. It's this Saturday. On Prince Devante, it's $150 easy dollars.
Right. All inclusive.
All inclusive. I know Mr. Griot have supported already. So anybody out there who haven't done so, you could come to Massey's house and purchase your tickets.
Right.
And let's have a blast.
Okay, fantastic.
For a well-needed cause.
Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. This is how we are going to end Hot Topics for this afternoon. Thank you for choosing to spend your Tuesday afternoon with
Thank you all very much.
Thanks.